Thank you for joining us today. Thanks for sticking with us here. I had a few technical difficulties for a few moments, so thanks for sticking with us. As always, want to remind you of our housekeeping items here. You can collapse your top dialog box with GoToWebinar by clicking in the orange box with the white arrow that points to the right-hand side. That'll collapse your box all the way to the right and allow you to see the screen in full. As always, want to remember you are muted, so if you have any questions or technical difficulties, please open that box back up. Type them in the questions box here. We'll do our best to get to all your technical difficulties during today's webinar. Any questions, we're going to hang off to the end and hold them for our presenter. As always, we are recording this, so want to let you know that you can find it at chirotouch.com under the Webinars and Archives tab. This webinar and also any other webinar that you would like to see or miss with us. All right, so normally I don't do any of this stuff. Those of you that are with me, you know that we don't do talk about anything other than webinars. But super excited to show you this picture on here. It's our December ad, and we have a contest on Facebook right now. If you go to Facebook and you look up ChiroTouch and you like us, we have a contest going through October 21st. That you write the winning headline for our December ad. It's going to be all over. You'll see American Chiropractor, Chiro Economics, and the winner actually gets a $1,000, I believe it's an Apple gift card. So go to the Facebook page, type in your ad tagline, hopefully you win and get a $1,000 Apple gift card for the winner. So check that out. Also, want to tell you about something else exciting that we're doing here at ChiroTouch. We just launched this a month ago. It's called My ChiroTown. It's a customized mobile app for your office. It's available iPhone and Android. So if you use ChiroTouch, you can sign up for this. If you don't use ChiroTouch or you don't even have an EHR, you can also sign up for this. Applies for you as well. Just to show you a little bit about it, basically your patients install it free on their iPhone or Android device. You see it kind of right over here is a little icon of it. You can put in there, you could display your staff or yourself, doctor photos, your bios. You can put all your contact information in there so they can email you, call you, go to your website straight from your phone, from their phone. Appointments. Here's the really cool thing. If you are a ChiroTouch client, they can see their upcoming appointments right on their phone. Again, super cool. They can also request appointments on there as well. This won't schedule them. What it will do is send your office a notification, a request for that appointment and what type of appointment they want. Again, all of this you set up, you set the parameters up on it as well. Map, GPS interactive map with directions. We have conditions in there, so we've partnered with 3DRX. You can see educational videos on different conditions. Products, here's another exciting feature here where you could add in different products that you sell and so forth. And here, services, maybe you offer nutritional counseling or massage or acupuncture along with your chiropractic, something like that you can add in here. Ties directly into Facebook and to Twitter. So I'll have all the connections there. If you want to know more, you can call our sales line 800-852-1771, ask for My ChiroTown, or just email Jenny at mychirotown.com, and she can get you all the information, answer any questions that you have. All right, so enough of that. We've got that out of the way. Today we have Mike Garcia here from Chiromatrix. Super excited to have him on the line. Again, he was with us a little earlier in the year, and what we love about Chiromatrix is that they're definitely considered the gurus in the profession when it comes to you know, online searching, just you know, Facebook, Twitter, social media in general. So today, what we're going to focus on is effective pay-per-click strategies for chiropractors. So you might have had some questions, wonder, you know, things are always changing with Google. They're always changing with search engines, with online social media, with everything. So Mike's going to talk to us today about that and what we should know and what we should do to make that more effective in our practice. So Mike, I'm going to change it over to you and let you get rolling.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
That way we can hear the Exciting. So, all right. Fantastic. So I probably didn't, actually I didn't do you any justice on an introduction here, Mike. So I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
So before you jump right in, take a couple seconds and let our audience know what do you do at Chiromatrix? What's your role there? Tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. So as of right now, I'm actually acting manager of our marketing department. I've been doing online, marketing and SEO for a few years now. I actually started as a SEO account manager, pretty much dealing with anything from chiropractors to dentists and veterinarians and so on. Everything from basic organic SEO to PPC, pay-per-click ads, as well as I do have a small design background as well that kind of got me involved in websites and the whole realm of online marketing. I have a huge sales background as well, so I kind of understand how consumers are. I understand what it takes to get businesses built up and get them running properly, and just kind of understand the whole overall concept. Also, I am AdWords certified individual through analytics and PPC, search as well as display, which the search is, of course, just what you'll see on the normal Google search page, and the display is anything that has to do with image ads and things like that. So pretty much now what we're doing is we're taking over everything from all the online marketing for Chiromatrix, whether it's pay-per-click ads for our own business, as well as anything from email to postcard, online and offline marketing as well. So we pretty much have everything in a whole package that we're doing in this department now, but my passion really kind of still sticks with the SEO, PPC realm. So, okay. What we want to kind of go over today is, of course, effective PPC strategies for chiropractors, and we're going to kind of go over a few things. Again, after the webinar, we'll leave it open for some question and answer. If you have any kind of questions, feel free to hold on to them. You can probably feel free to go ahead and tap them out. Time to go over it. So today, again, we're going to kind of explore a few topics, a few tips, and things that you can do to have an effective PPC strategy, as well as some things that you can do to kind of get started if you're not really used to it, if you're pretty new to it. This will help you get a good start on it. So how and why keyword research makes a difference, why you need to do that instead of just picking random keywords. Tips for effective ad copy, essentially the text that's in the actual ad itself, what's going to be useful, what taglines, what kind of call to actions, those kind of things. The best practices for successful landing pages is very important. You want to make sure that if you're driving traffic with an ad, you want to make sure to have it relevant and pretty much funnel that consumer into an area that you really want to focus with multiple landing pages. Also, why A and B testing is crucial to your results. You definitely don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. This is something that will save you time and money in the long run. You do want to see what works and what doesn't work, kind of weed out the bad from the good, and that's probably one of the most important factors of PPC management is A and B testing. Even not doing PPC management, anything that you do in general, whether it's, again, like in my realm, marketing, online marketing, offline marketing, everything we do is A/B testing. So always test things out. It's always going to save you money in the long run. That way you don't waste money on ads that just aren't converting. They're not working well. And again, of course, how to remarket or retarget to your patients. If they don't convert the first time, how do you continue to market to them, and how do you keep that voice resonating in their head? Okay. So managing paid online advertising, or pay-per-click, we're going to probably call it PPC going forward in case you don't know what that is, can be overwhelming for a local business owner. Doesn't have to be overwhelming at all. And of course, we're going to go ahead and learn effective and efficient strategies for managing your campaign for your practice. We're going to go ahead and start off with a couple basic things like the keyword research portion of it as well, and how you can create that effective ad copy and have your landing pages all correlate with that keyword research. So paid results do account for about 64 or 65% of the clicks for keyword searches. As you can see here, this example is a Mira Mesa Chiropractic, La Jolla Chiropractic. It's usually San Diego metropolitan area. There's a lot of different cities. So having multiple ads, making sure that you know which city to target if you're looking for not just a small city, maybe you're looking for all the different suburbs and different cities around it. My honest opinion is probably to start inwards and go out. You always want to start in your hometown. You always want to start where you're located. There's really no point in trying to target, even with PPC ads, there's no point to really target anything outside of where you're at first. I always try to work inwards out. And then that way, once you kind of dominate your local area, you can really kind of spread it out. Now, PPC does allow you to have a wider reach, does allow you to have a further reach than normal SEO does, normal just regular Google SEO organic results do. But keep that same mentality in mind when you're doing PPC. You always want to kind of keep the keywords related to where you're locally at. Then probably trickle in and get some more things going outwards. So for here, as you can see, do your homework. When it comes to Bing, when it comes to Google, Yahoo, anything like that, Google does have an awesome tool, the keyword tool that they have. It's actually now, I believe it's called the Keyword Ad Planner. It's awesome. It actually lets you choose certain keywords. You can choose multiple keywords. You can see the relevance. You can actually see how much traffic is going to it, as well as you can see the competition. So the great thing about that is you might think in your head that a certain keyword is going to be a great keyword for you. But in actuality, there's just probably not enough search for it. Now, you might have a lot of great impressions. Maybe people might be seeing it or searching for it. They're just not clicking on it. The same thing goes for normal SEO, normal organic results. Just because you might think it's going to be a good keyword, it probably won't be a good keyword if it's not highly searched. So using a keyword tool to see what is actually searched out there and what people are looking for might actually surprise you. I know, especially with chiropractors and other doctors I've dealt with, you tend to think kind of technical, which is great. You know, if you're looking and you're trying to analyze someone's problem, or if they have a pain and they come into your office, you think very technical. That's awesome. That's what you're supposed to do. But when it comes to a consumer, a lot of times they might not know what fibromyalgia is, or spinal decompression, those kind of things. So you kind of have to look towards maybe some of the symptoms. A lot of times when someone has low back pain, they might not think of a certain technical term. They might actually just say, hey, I have low back pain, or pain shooting up the spine, something like that. So those actually might have a lot higher search result, and you might actually have a little bit more success using those than some of the more technical terms. So always keep in mind, try to see what the search results are. See through the AdWords key tool what the best way to kind of research those keywords and make sure that you maximize your budget. Again, very important, keep it relevant. Make sure that if you're offering something, if you have an ad or a landing page that you're really wanting to put some kind of special offer on, make sure that it is relevant to what you want that keyword to be. So if it happens to be low back pain, keep the ad resonating around low back pain. Keep the landing page about low back pain. Don't kind of trickle off into multiple other symptoms. I do recommend having not too many keywords, and we'll kind of go into that in a little bit. But for example here, keep it to a maximum of about 5 if you're looking for a specific ad. So low back pain, those kind of things. Just different variations might actually help instead of trying to fit 30, 40, 50 different keywords. The way Google works, and the reason I mention Google the most is because they are the big hitter. The way it works is they look at keyword density, the same way they do with SEO. And if you have one particular ad, which you're limited to the ad space, the amount of text you can put in the ad, let's say you say low back pain in San Diego. Well, it doesn't really help to have that in the ad if a lot of your keywords say neck pain or arm pain or tennis elbow or things like that. Those aren't really relevant to your actual ad. So I would recommend in that case, if you have multiple services that you want to actually market for, have multiple ads. So for each ad, make sure you only have maybe about 5 to 10 keywords, depending on the keyword that you're looking at and the different variations there are. The minimum amount of keywords that you can have, I would say obviously would be the 1, but I would say maybe keep it down to 5. Anywhere between 5 to 10 is actually a good range, but never try to have too many keywords. It's just you're trying to really overstuff it. It doesn't keep it relevant, and you want to make sure that the ad has a very good quality score, and we'll kind of get into that in a little bit. But the quality score essentially is kind of your grade, your ad grade, and what Google gives your ad in order for it to show up. If it sees it as having a low quality score, it probably won't show the ad because it's not as relevant. So relevancy is key, and of course, it's the same with anything, whether it's PPC or non-PPC. Okay. Now, as far as the ad copy, of course, that is the text, the actual text that's in the ad. Of course, you want to be direct. You want to have a clear message. You definitely want to have a strong call to action. You want to have some sort of either urgency or some kind of offer, some incentive that you want to offer them. I use this all the time, and I feel like I can't really find a better example, but I see a gas station, all right? Of course, everyone uses gas, so you have a gas station in every corner, and that's usually the case. Unless you're a huge, Chevron or Shell connoisseur, and you just really love their gas. A lot of times people just tend to go to, oh, this gas is a little bit cheaper, or, oh, I'm not going there because their gas is really expensive. Let's say there's 4 gas stations on each corner. If one gas station offers gas 5 cents cheaper than every other gas station, and it's pretty much the same gas, let's just say, they're probably going to go there, even though it's only 5 cents. It's not much, but it's something else that no one else is offering. They're probably more than likely going to go to that gas station. And the same thing happens with chiropractors. A lot of times I know chiropractors don't want to offer something, or maybe they think their prices are very low and they're very competitive, which I'm sure they are, but keep in mind when it comes to PPC ads, it's an advertisement. It's put out there for a reason. You're putting money out to get more business, so you really want to kind of get their attention. Think of it as a car or a bus that has your ad on it. You have a quick 10 seconds to see it, and you want that to really grab their attention. So it's the same thing when it comes to online searching. People tend to search, they browse around, they maybe change their mind, they search for something else. So make sure you have a very strong call to action, and you don't have to throw away the whole farm. I mean, even if it's something, as you can see here, 20% off for first consultation, even if it's just a free consultation, make it seem that when they click on the ad and they fill out the form and they give you their info, that they don't feel like they're going to have to just throw money at you. They're going to feel like you're going to give them something in return for them giving you something. Okay, so again, be direct, have a clear message, and make sure that you have a very good, strong call to action. Make sure you do have targeted keywords. Okay, now the targeted keywords is something where you do definitely want to see, again, the relevancy be very high. You want to make sure that when you're targeting specific areas, if you have, again, like a certain special on back pain or car accident injury, that kind of thing, make sure that you do target those areas, especially in your landing page. As you can see in this ad below, sign up now, get 15% off your first visit. Make sure that it has enough information below it, has enough detailed info about that offer. You want to make sure that when someone does click on the ad and they get to the ad, that it's not a brick wall, it's not a dead end, that they don't leave and bounce off that landing page. PPC ads have a very high bounce rate, and the bounce rate essentially means when someone goes on a site or goes on a page and they don't really perform any kind of actions, they don't really do anything. They literally come there, and it's like walking into a building that you thought was a different building, and you just quickly look around and turn around. That's really honestly what it is. So you want to make sure that when they get there, it's kind of welcoming. It lets them know, hey, this is what you clicked on. It has the offer right there in bold, get 15% off. Sign up now, of course, which is going to be the conversion part of it. You want to make sure they give the info to get the deal, but at least have a little bit of information at the bottom so that they can understand what the special is. Maybe offer a little bit of information about the practice, maybe the doctor, and maybe some other things. If you want to throw a map on there, that's also a great idea. I know we have a lot of clients that do that. It's an awesome idea. That way you know where it's at. And that actually works really well for those that are targeting a little bit outside of their city, depending on where your practice is located. Always give as much information without overloading it. And I know that sounds kind of like an oxymoron, but what I mean by overloading it is don't throw too many specials all on a single landing page. I have seen that before, where maybe you have 15% off here, you have free there, and you have too many things going on. So really keep it direct, keep it targeted to the ad that you're really looking to market towards, if it's back pain or personal injury or workers' compensation, whatever it may be, and really kind of keep it detailed and relevant to just that. Again, just think of the bus ad or think of the bench ad, something where it's just going to grab their attention quick. Okay, again, strong call to action is very key. I would definitely recommend now when you notice this ad, you can see the text on there, you can see the title, you can see the headline. Sometimes you'll have these ad extensions, which you'll see it says map of Mesa Chiropractor with the phone number, the directions as well. You want to make sure that not only is the ad and the ad copy, but the headline itself and everything else is relevant to that landing page. Google does take this very seriously. We have had a Google representative come by our office and explain this over and over again. We knew this before in the past, but again, it's nothing basically that's changing moving forward. They do see relevancy as a huge part of their algorithm. Whether it's searching on regular organic search or through PPC ads, they want to make sure that you're not manipulating the consumer. You don't want to have anything talking about one service and then have them go to a landing page that's completely different. That's kind of tricking the customer, and Google will catch that. And what will happen is they will slowly stop showing your ad, and then after a while, they'll just disapprove the ad. So ads do go through a whole approval process. They do kind of give it a run-through real quick to see if it does comply with their standards, and once it does, it shows the ad, based on how relevant the ad is. If you're going to have a certain special offer, that's one thing. Make sure you do have that special offer on the landing page. Again, as you can see here, it's very direct. There would be some information towards the bottom here, but again, it's just simple. It's not too cluttered. It's just easy to see. This would be mobile friendly as well, and it just says sign up below, to receive a free consultation. Keep in mind, I do recommend having phone numbers. Now, not everyone wants to actually have a form to fill out. I know personally how I am. Sometimes I feel a little reluctant to fill out, an email or give out my email address or give out my phone number or anything like that. Maybe you're on a mobile phone and it's just not as easy to fill out a form. Always provide a phone number. A lot of times if you have a phone number in text, especially on the phone, you'll be able to actually click on the number and it'll dial depending on your phone. Majority of phones actually allow that now. So if you have the ability to have a phone that they can dial, one, I do recommend maybe if you have a call tracking number or a different number that they can actually use. That way you know that that number is coming from an ad. That's very helpful. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. I do recommend having your staff ask anytime a call comes in and just kind of train them to ask every time a call comes in, how did you hear about us? Did you hear about us, online or from a friend, or have you been a patient of ours before? That really does help, and it does give some insight on where your marketing budget's going towards. Just coming from being an account manager for the last couple of years, I know that's something that, we had off and on issues with, where sometimes, maybe a chiropractor didn't want a call tracking number, and that's perfectly fine. But when we did implement it, we actually started to see the amount of traffic that came from that call tracking number. So I think it's very beneficial. Google does recommend having a number. They recommend not only in the ad itself and the landing page, but to have your phone number available in case they don't want to click on the ad to go to the page. They can just click on the number itself. Then, of course, you also can see an ad extension for directions, which will take them to Google Maps and help them get directions, whether on their GPS on the phone, or they can just get turn-by-turn directions to your location as well. So definitely very beneficial. You always want to make sure that you have as much information, but just not too cluttered. Okay. And one of the biggest things, of course, multiple landing pages need multiple ads. I recommend not having the same exact landing page for multiple ads. Of course, you're not going to have the same keywords targeted or the same services targeted for each ad. I do recommend having different ads for different services. That way you can really maximize your real estate, your ad real estate, I guess you can say. But you're not going to have a landing page that's going to be universal. If you do, that's great. But the more and more services you have, the more landing pages you're probably going to need, because there is a big difference between having an acupuncture landing page and a spinal decompression landing page, or if you do any other kind of services that are completely separate, different. You want to have landing pages catered to that. You might even have different landing pages based on the offer to see which offer works best, and that's kind of an offer A and B test. Maybe you want to do a free consultation on one, and then you want to do, as you can see here, $125 off or $125 value. Whatever you think might work. It's going to help you to understand your consumer. Not every single consumer and not every demographic is the same. And I know different cities, depending on where you're located, maybe they gravitate towards things a little bit better than others. So test them out. It's always great. It's gonna be a little time-consuming in the beginning, but in the end, it's going to save you a bunch of time and a bunch of money, so that you don't waste money on wasted clicks that just aren't converting to your office. So remember, if you are creating a different ad, have the ad copy match the landing page. Again, that is very important. I'm going to stress it multiple times. I know that's a lot of questions that keep coming up in my past webinars. So remember, have multiple if you're going to have multiple landing pages and multiple ads, always have it relate to that direct landing page, okay? And of course, just like I said, A and B testing. So this is great just because of the fact that not only will it help you with your ad copy, and I know the same as I am. I mean, I'm not a writer. I do edit the content here at Chiromatrix, but we do have content writers that are amazing. They do an awesome job. And I know a lot of times chiropractors say, you know, I'm not a writer. I'm a chiropractor. You know, I can write, you know, a paragraph or two or whatnot, but I don't have that. I don't really know how to kind of have like a call to action, a proper call to action. You know, can you help me out? So coming from sales, that's kind of my forte. I know specials, I know offers, I know deals. Like I know the different marketing that I've seen in the past. And you know, you don't always have to give something away. You don't always have to give a percentage off or a dollar amount off. I do recommend that if you're kind of apprehensive on if you should give a dollar amount or a percentage off, I probably recommend giving a percentage off because of the fact that sometimes a dollar amount, you know, it might seem like it's a big amount to the consumer, but usually percentages tend to be a little bit bigger. You know, maybe 20% off seems a little bit more, you know, or even 10% off seems a little bit more than, you know, if you 10% off $20 or whatnot, you know. It just seems better than, you know, if you had like a, you know, a small dollar amount to it, you know. So I definitely recommend trying that out. If you don't want to do that, stick with the free consultation. You can even, you know, throw in some free things if you want to. I know I've had chiropractors in the past throw in a free yoga mat. You know, if they want to do a consultation, receive a free yoga mat. That way it gets them in the door. Whatever works best for you. Again, it's up to you. It's really for you to determine what you feel comfortable with offering for these ads. These aren't going to be normal people coming to your website filling out a form. That's a little bit different, and that's one of the biggest misconceptions is keep those separate. PPC ads and ad offers are a little bit different. They need to be a little bit more aggressive than your normal organic website visitor, because the website visitor is on your website and they have more room to kind of stretch out and breathe. They can see the offers, they can see the specials, the services, they can read about you, they can do all this stuff. It's a whole building almost. It's an extension of your building, your practice, whereas the ad itself is just pretty much like a window ad. So you want to be a little bit more aggressive, maybe offer a little bit more on the PPC ads than you do here. And the ad, the A/B testing is going to let you know how that works. It's going to let you know what works and what doesn't work. And you never know. Maybe the free consultation, where maybe it doesn't really cost you anything, works out better than the 20% off, where it might, you know, have to discount your services. So again, just try it out, see how that works. And it is essential to get the most out of your ad campaign. So here's some couple examples. Again, you know, if you have 20% off, a special is always going to be a little bit more popular than just having, you know, the basic free consultation. Even if it's something where, you know, like this on the bottom left, you'll see $39 new patient special. You can even throw in a little bit of information, you know, customized plans, greater energy, weight loss boost, reduced cravings. This is, of course, for a weight loss offer. Anything in general that you want to kind of throw in there, you know, report of findings, things like that, definitely kind of gives them an idea of what they're going to get. If you just throw in free consultation, it doesn't really seem much. It doesn't seem tangible. It doesn't really seem, I mean, just to the consumer's point of view, it doesn't seem like they're really getting anything out of it. Because a lot of times, to be honest, consumers think that they're just going to get a free consultation regardless. If they walk in, they feel like they might just get a free consultation anyways. And I've heard that a lot from a lot of people. So, you know, if you kind of throw in, hey, you know, free consultation, you know, first set of x-rays, you know, maybe free, or report of findings, or whatever you might want to do, that's kind of where your technical jargon can kind of come in and make them feel like they're receiving a little bit more than just a free consultation and giving you their contact info so you can email them later, you know, with some offers. Consumers are very, very leery about that. So you want to make sure to keep that in mind, okay? And one of the biggest things, now this is kind of a big topic, and I know this is probably going to have some questions to it, but it is super, super effective. Retargeting, or some might not know what that is, remarketing. Essentially what that is it's a way to really, really maximize your budget online. This is something that's not really that old. It's not really that new either. but it is something that is very, very beneficial. And if you aren't a designer and you don't have any kind of any web design experience at all, or you don't have anything like that going on, don't even worry. Google AdWords actually has an AdWord builder where it is very, very simple. All you really have to do is find images, and you can upload the images, and then you just literally drag and drop, and you place where you want them to go. They have a lot of great effects, a lot of cool different transitions, whether it's fading in or sliding out, and different things to really kind of bring your ad alive, like a flash ad that you see on websites. So for example, we took a screenshot of one of our ads that we have running. Simple tagline, reach more patients online. We have, this is actually a moving ad. Of course, you're not going to be able to see it here. But simple, for us, we do have designers, but it's going to be something that's easy for you guys as well. If you don't, you can just throw in your logo if you have it, maybe an image of someone, looking like they're hurt, or if you have someone that does it for you, they could easily find things like that as well. Put it on there, maybe throw a small, tagline if you're looking to get a certain target area, target service. And it's really, really simple, and it's really easy, and it's actually kind of fun to do. And so a lot of people might not decide on purchasing. They might not make that purchasing decision right off the bat. They might not want to come into your office right off the bat. Maybe they want to go and research. I know I'm a big researcher. I love to do my research on anything I'm doing and everything I'm doing, whether it's mechanics, technology, any kind of gadgets, going to a dentist, chiropractor, whatever it may be, even going to a restaurant that I've never been to. And I know everyone does that. They'll go to Yelp, they'll see the reviews or whatnot. Everyone does their research. So don't be discouraged if someone clicks on an ad and they don't convert. I guarantee you, you're going to have a lot more impressions and a lot more clicks than you are going to have conversions. And if you're not, then you are amazing at what you do, because to be honest, the conversion rate, the average conversion rate is anywhere between probably 3 to 5%, just because of the fact that you can have impressions, where impressions actually means how many times your ad shows, not necessarily click, but you can have impressions in the thousands before you actually have anyone click on it. So remember, retargeting, what it does. Now, to kind of get into the gist of it, the little detail of it, when someone, let's say it's someone named Carol, okay, Carol visits your website. Carol leaves your website without scheduling an appointment or completing a form. She continues to browse the internet after leaving your site a little bit. She sees your ad display on other sites. Once she sees the ad again, she kind of remembers, she clicks on the ad and actually completes the goal. So she fills out the form after seeing the ad maybe 2 or 3 different times on different days, and then finally decides, you know what, my back has been kind of hurting. I need to just go in. A great example I know for me is, if I have a toothache or something, and I know this happens to everyone, or even if it's back pain, whatever it may be, any kind of pain in general, you tend to kind of put it off a little bit. I know guys do. Guys kind of have a little bit more pride. They don't want, they feel like, I'll be okay, I'm fine. Until after a while it kind of becomes debilitating, and you're just like, I can't do this anymore. That's where those are the people that you want to retarget to. Those are the people that you want to remarket to, because they're a little reluctant. And I'll admit, I'm the same way. I don't always make a decision the first time I see something. So what it does is, of course, it goes onto a lot of different Google partner sites, which, of course, Google is the big 800-pound gorilla out there. They have a ton of different, as you can see, WebMD is one. Of course, YouTube is owned by them. Any website that you can probably think of that has any kind of ad that's an image ad, whether it's scrolling left and right, if it's a flash ad, anything like that you see an ad on, guarantee 95% of the time it's probably going to be a Google partner. And what that means is any of your ads have the ability to show on a Google partner site. It doesn't have to be WebMD. It doesn't have to be chiropractic related. Of course, it's going to show on those chiropractic related websites. It can be anything from Engadget.com to Yahoo Finance, anything like that. It will have the ability to show the ad on there, and that's when you want to get them the most. You want to catch them off guard where maybe they aren't really out there researching or searching for a chiropractor. You can actually kind of just throw that little seed in their head and remind them. Great example, real quick, is getting a postcard or getting something if you bought a new car or anything where it's, change your oil kind of thing. I know I get those all the time. Don't forget your oil change. And I kind of put it off. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't need an oil change yet. I just got one. Or, oh, I'll just change the oil myself or just throw more oil in there or whatever it may be. After a while, it just kind of resonates, and it resonates. And you start to realize, you know what? I need to take care of this. I need to stop procrastinating. I'm going to go and do it. So these tend to be a lot cheaper in the cost per click than your normal search ads do, because what happens is search ads are very good for those that are actually actively searching for a service, whereas display ads aren't really for those that are actively searching for. You can't really actively search for a display ad. It just kind of appears. It just shows up. I've actually been retargeted by clients of ours. I've been retargeted by our own Chiropractors ads before, not even knowing it. And it's gonna target those that actually want your service in the back of their head, but they just don't think about it that first time they think about it. So remember, as the stats say here, research does show that targeted website visitors do increase their conversions by up to 70%. It's a huge effective tool. It's one of those things that I do recommend, even if you don't have any kind of design effort or design skill in your head. I mean, it's something that's very easy, and they do have the tools to help you get to that route. So remember, if there's any kind of questions on that, definitely keep that in the back of your head, and you can let me know. More than happy to answer that. But retarget. That's something that you want to make sure is either relevant as well, but you also want to make sure that if you aren't able to reach them through search, to have at least some kind of ads on there. And always market your brand properly. Make sure that you have your logo. Make sure that if you want to put a phone number in there, you can. Again, the same mentality of a search ad or a landing page. If they don't want to fill something out, have your phone number ready and available for them, so that way if they're interested, they can just dial your number for you. Okay? So again, I want to kind of end it on that. If you do have any kind of questions, feel free to go ahead and ask away. We have a good amount of time. I did want to leave a good amount of time for this webinar for these questions, because this is one of those topics where it's not just having a website. It's not just paying monthly or whatnot for your website and just kind of maintaining it. This is something where you need a little bit of both. You need to have your website, and you kind of need to break some eggs to make an omelet. I mean, this is something where it's going to be more of an aggressive approach, and you're going to want to really kind of think twice and think about what you want to offer for these, because, again, think of it as that bus ad. It's going to fly by. They're going to see it, and you really want to kind of catch their attention. So again, if you do have any questions, I know we'll have a slide at the end after questions and answers with our website, our phone number as well, 1-800-IMATRIX. It is very time-consuming at first. If you don't seem to have that time, definitely give us a call. We are all AdWords certified, and we actually have recently just become an AdWords certified partner as a company in whole. So we definitely do appreciate any kind of questions and suggestions as well. And for that, we'll go ahead and turn it over for our Q&A section.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I never know, because I put myself on mute and then I'm off mute.
No worries.
Thanks for that, Mike. What I love is that you guys are on top of what's happening out there, with online, with Google, with social media, with everything. So it's really important. I love that our chiropractors can come to you and know that you guys are really on top of what's happening and all the trends and everything that's changing. Few of the questions that have come in here, one of the questions was, does Chiropractors offer a service that manages this for you? Obviously, you just mentioned it.
Oh, yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about your services and what different services you offer?
Definitely. So we offer everything from just the basic website, of course, to social media management, to your HD video production, which basically is, we'll have a production company go out to your office. They'll actually record a professional, kind of what they call a documercial. It's about, I believe, 90 seconds long, and then you'll have a 15-second ad as well. But 90 seconds long for your actual intro video, I guess you could say. Everyone knows, or at least if you don't know, you do now, that on your website, your homepage, it's definitely great to have a sticky factor. And the sticky factor is usually video. Video is like a moth to a flame. you see a play button, you just have to click on it. And it's usually I know I do. So it's usually a
That's
great
funny.
way that when you click on it, it gives you a little bit of insight into the practice. They might have tons and tons of pages, but the video kind of lets you know exactly what they offer and what they have, to give you. So we do have a media service that is catered to having an HD video production company go to your practice and film that for you, as well as some, I believe it's about 6 still frames. Have professional pictures taken of, the doctors and the staff. That way you have proper pictures for your bios or whatnot. Then we, of course, have the PPC management, which is fully managed by our SEO account managers downstairs. That is something that is a department that I actually came from, where they will fully manage everything, even to your designs, where we have designers down there that will create ads for you. They do all the keyword research. They definitely do everything that they can to maximize your budget. And if you're in an area that is a little harder to market towards, of course, those big metropolitan areas, New York, I know, is a big, big competitive area. Seattle, actually, San Francisco, San Diego, anything like that, it's sometimes a little bit harder because everybody's at the party. Everybody wants to market the same way. And the way PPC works is it's a bidding game. It's just like eBay. If you want to think about it, it's exactly like eBay. It's got to constantly be managed. This isn't something like SEO where you can really set it and forget it for about a month and kind of see where it's at. You literally, I know with our PPC campaigns, I manage our company PPC campaigns. I'm on it every single day, all day. I mean, it's, if anybody's been on eBay, you know what it's like when you bid on something. You can't just hope and pray, oh, hey, I hope I win. Someone's going to outbid you, I guarantee, 5 minutes later or an hour later. You have to constantly be on it. So it's exactly how PPC works. So we do have that available. And then we have our higher premium package, which is, they call it the Dominator, because you really want to dominate your market. It offers it encompasses everything. I mean, you get the video, you get the social media management, of course the website, you get the PPC management, and the organic results. And so that way it gives you not only the PPC ads, but the organic results as well. And organic results are really, with PPC, when you stop running PPC ads, it just stops. It doesn't have like a longevity at all. It doesn't have any kind of duration on it. Whereas SEO and organic, actually, let's say you stop for a month, you might actually drop a few ranks, but it's still going to be there. I mean, it has a little bit more of a sticky factor. So the Dominator really kind of gives you that ultimate marketing package if you really want to kind of just start driving traffic and driving business to your practice. But we do have pretty much a package for every single service you can probably think of. So definitely we do offer that, and give us a call. We'll situate you with a proper consultant for that. So.
Awesome. And I see you're doing a one-on-one online marketing consultation. What
Yeah.
is that like? Do you look at their site, or do you just kind of talk to them about?
Yeah, so the
their
way it
needs
works
are?
is we'll have, one of our internet consultants, one of our senior internet consultants, they basically will take a look at the website. Everyone here, of course, the only way that we can actually become an AdWords certified partner, not just individual like myself, but the whole company as a partner, is Google will come out here. They'll send out certain reps, and they will kind of observe and see how we're doing and how our product is, how we're selling things, and really kind of see if we're eligible for that. That is something that they actually have, of course, considered. So every single person that sells or is an internet consultant or even supports our sites will be able to go through your site if you have a site with us or without. They can tell you pretty much what needs to be improved, I would say. I don't like saying what's wrong with it, because I don't think anybody has anything wrong with their site, but what needs to be improved. And then as well as things that maybe you could try and suggestions that might help to improve your practice. Maybe, if you don't have social media, we can definitely talk about our social media product and our package and let you know, how it would benefit your practice and to drive more traffic. Or, maybe you would like a video, they can kind of let you know, or maybe you have a video currently that you want to kind of really upgrade and bring to modern times. Maybe it was an older video from the past. So definitely we'll be able to kind of analyze your website and let you know improvements that we can definitely make and fit you in with the right package. If you're already doing social media, maybe fit you with a different package kind of thing. So.
Cool. The next question here was regarding your landing page. So a question on that says, where do you put the landing page URL? I thought you used your website URL.
Yeah. So the landing page is going to be created through your website. If you have a Chiromatrix website, we have the ability to hide your any kind of page. That way it doesn't show up on your tabs, but you can still have that URL. Same thing that probably works with any other CMS or any other website company. The URL is still going to be intact. Even if you don't have that page live or showing, that page URL should still be able to, you should still be able to navigate to it. So you definitely want to have it on your website, and that's going to be a key factor in if Google approves your ad or not. That's part of the manipulating part that they don't want you to do, where not only is it the ad copy you want to make sure is relevant to the landing page copy, but you also want to make sure that the URL that's below the ad matches the URL that you're sending it to that has the landing page. So for instance, for us, chiromatrix.com, let's just say / social media management or something like that. Let's say we had a landing page like that. We can have the URL in the actual ad, just say chiromatrix.com. That's fine. And then the URL for the landing page will say chiromatrix.com / social media management. They want to make sure the primary domain, the primary URL, matches what's in the ad. So yeah, definitely you do want to kind of keep it on the same domain or the same website. So.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for that. We don't have any other questions right now, but
Sure.
if they do have any other questions, what's the best way to get a hold? Just call the number or contact
Definitely, yeah,
Chiromatrix?
definitely give us a call. I would recommend, if you want, go to chiromatrix.com. You can go to our Contact Us page, and there should be a form that you can fill out there. It'll ask, how did you hear about us? You can fill it out there, or you can just go ahead and actually info@chiromatrix.com is also a great way to do it.
Cool.
I would recommend probably just fill out any of the forms that we have on the website. You'll see an option that says get special pricing or free consultation. You can click on that. It'll take you to a form, and we'll feel free to go ahead and contact you. Or just give us a call and let us know that you attended the webinar. There's multiple ways to do it, and we'll be more than happy to help.
Awesome. Thanks,
Okay.
Mike. Always appreciate you being here. Appreciate
No
all
problem.
of your insight and input for us and our listeners. For those of you still on the line, want to let you know next Tuesday we've got Dr. Brad Glowacki back for one more time this year, talking about marketing, persuasive and not aggressive marketing. So that's something that we're all careful about. How do we be inviting and persuasive, with new people, and let them just the right things we need to say. And not be aggressive with them. So please join us next Tuesday for Dr. Brad Glowacki. Same time, same location. Thanks everyone for being here, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.